Hello students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we shall start a new chapter from your grammar, that is verb expressing the future. We shall know about the concept of verb in future tense, how to use the verb, how to represent the verb in future tense, following the rules of future tense. Today we shall learn that. Before going to discussion, we must know that how many types of future tenses are there, or future tense is of how many types. Future tense is of 4 types, that means simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. I am writing here simple, perfect, continuous. Simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. So let's begin with simple future tense. When can we use this simple future tense? Simple future tense can be used for this action when this action will take place in future. For example, if any action will take place tomorrow, for this we have to use simple future tense in general form. For example, in Bengali I am saying ami kal skule jabo. For this we have to use, if I want to translate it into Bengali English, then we have to use simple future tense. Jabo, khabo, ashbo, doudabo, kotha bolbo. For this type of bobo, we have to use simple future tense. What is the formation of simple future tense? Very easy. Subject plus shall, will, then verb 1, object or complement. Okay. For example, I am writing one sentence. I shall go to school. I shall go to school. Subject. According to the subject, I have put this auxiliary verb, then verb 1, then finishing point. I shall go to school. Here one thing you must remember, we must keep the auxiliary verb according to this subject, and this thing we must remember that shall will only be used for first person singular number or plural number. What is first person singular number? I. What is first person plural number? We. For I and we are to use shall, and for rest other cases we are to use will. Okay. If you can't remember it, then you can remember this song, We Shall Overcome. In this song, we shall has been used. The auxiliary verb shall has been used. So like this, I shall, we shall. Yeah, we can use will also, I will, whenever you will say something with certainty. That means definitely I will go. Okay. With certainty, if you say something, then auxiliary verb can be changed. But in general form, we have to write I shall, we shall. If anyone writes I will, he will not be considered as wrong if he says with certainty. Okay. So if you use we, you will write a letter. Okay. Subject, shall will, between these two auxiliary verbs will has been used, then verb 1, then object. Okay, it has followed this rule. Okay, so like this we are to write. If you want to make it interrogative, just put the auxiliary verb before the subject. If you want to make it negative, right after auxiliary verb you are to put not. This is very easy, very easy. I think it is the easiest one of the easiest tenses. Okay, now future continuous tense we have understood. Future, simple future tense. Now future continuous tense. Today, now I shall discuss this one, continuous. That means in my previous discussion, verbs expressing the past, verbs expressing the future, present. In these discussions you have found the continuous tense depicts an action in continuous process or an action in progress. Like this we are to use future continuous tense. In the same way, whenever any action will be in progress in future, remember this thing, whenever any action will be in progress in future, for this action we are to use future continuous tense. In Bengali I am saying আমি পড়তে থাকবো, আমি পড়তে থাকবো. For this পড়তে থাকবো, that means থাকবো is continuous process, it is a progress of my reading. Okay, for this we are to use future continuous tense. Here I am citing some examples. I shall be reading. That means আমি পড়তে থাকবো, subject plus shall or will, then be, then verb 1 plus ing. Here subject has been put, shall has been put, be has been put, verb 1 has been put, ing has been put. It has followed this rule. If we want to make it interrogative, just put the auxiliary verb before the subject. If you want to make it negative, then put not after this auxiliary verb. That is very easy, like previous ones. Everywhere we have found that if you want to make it interrogative, just put the auxiliary verb before the subject. If you want to make it negative, just put the not after auxiliary verb. Okay, everywhere. In present indefinite tense, do I go there? In present continuous tense, I am going, am I going, I am not going. In the same way, in rest other cases also we will find. Okay, we will find these things. Now future perfect tense. Future perfect tense formation, at the very beginning I am writing subject plus shall, will, then have, then verb 3, then object or complement. Okay, remember this thing, whenever two action will take place in future. Whenever two action will take place in future, for the first action we are to use future perfect tense, and for the subsequent action or second action we are to use present indefinite tense. For example, তুমি স্টেশনে যাওয়ার আগে আমি বাড়ি, ট্রেন চলে আসবে। তুমি স্টেশনে যাওয়ার আগে ট্রেন চলে আসবে। Here which one will take place earlier? Train চলে আসবে, coming of train, train's arrival. Okay, arriving of train, this will take place earlier and your going will take place later. Okay, so like this we are to write. And for the second action we are to use first action. For the first action we are to use, once again I am saying, future perfect tense, and for second action we are to use present indefinite tense. For example, Bengali I am writing, তুমি আসার আগে ট্রেনটি পৌঁছে যাবে. Here this one will take place earlier and later on you will go. Okay, this one will take place later. So for this we are to use, for second action, this is second, this is first. For second action, simple present, and for the first action we are to use future perfect. For example, ট্রেনটি পৌঁছে যাবে, the train, it will follow future perfect tense formation. The train will have arrived before you, present indefinite tense or simple present tense formation, subject plus verb 1 plus object or complement, before you come. Here you can see the train will have arrived, subject will have verb 3 and rest of the part actually complement, will have arrived. The station also we can write, the station. So this one complement, this one, this portion has followed the rule of present indefinite tense and this portion has followed the rule of future perfect tense. Why I have used this future perfect tense? Because two works will take place in future. For the first work I have used, for the first action I have used future perfect tense, and for the second action I have used present indefinite tense. In a regular basis we have to use like this, we have to do like this. For example, here translation has not been given but formation has been given. In the exercise you have to write the sentence following the rule of future perfect. You have to do this. Already these have been given, so easily you can go through the pages and you can understand. You can go through the you can find the exercises, done exercises. Okay, now let's come to future perfect continuous. Future perfect continuous tense can be used for an action in future which will be in progress for a period of time. Future continuous tense was in progress, was in not, will be in progress. Future continuous tense will also be in progress, but from the sentence it is not depicted, it is not denoted whether this work will finish or not. For example, I shall be reading, but future perfect continuous, it means it will be finished. For example, I am writing the formation, subject shall will have been verb 1 ing object or complement. Here I am writing, I shall have been reading for 2 hours. Okay, it has followed, this portion has followed completely, this sentence has followed completely the rule of future perfect continuous tense. Subject shall have been, verb 1 read, ing has been added also, and finishing part. Okay, it has also followed the rule of future perfect continuous tense. But in this sentence, for 2 hours means after 2 hours my work will be accomplished, my reading will be accomplished. But if for has not been used in this sentence, I would have, if for had not been used in this sentence, I would have written I will be or I shall be. Okay, I shall be reading, that means my reading will be in progress, but it will not be finished. But for 2 hours, it means after 2 hours my reading will be finished. Okay, after 120 minutes my reading will be finished. Whenever my time will go to 121 minutes, at that time my reading will be finished. That means for a period of time, from there to there, from first hour to second hour, up to this much I shall be reading. For this I cannot use I shall have been reading. We have to use I shall have been, future perfect continuous tense. Okay, and this is the formation of future perfect continuous tense. If you want to make it interrogative, just put the auxiliary verb. That means not have, shall, will be auxiliary verb. If you want to make it interrogative, put this auxiliary verb before the subject. If you want to make it negative, just insert this not after the auxiliary verb. Okay, for example, shall I have been reading for 2 hours, or I shall not have been reading for 2 hours. Okay, so this is the overall discussion of this chapter, and exercises whatever are there already, these have been given, hard copies have been given. You can go through these exercises, you can find all the answers. If you have any query, any question regarding this chapter, you can ask me in the comment box. I shall answer you inshallah. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you everybody.